Hi, this is Leonard for Cosmic Sound here again. We're here to talk to you today about an excellent new product from Novation called the Dicer. Now you might know Novation from some previous products, most notably the SL range controllers, the new Nocturne controllers, and of course the Ableton controller, the Launchpad, which is a really good little toy. The thing we're here to talk about today is this little guy right here, the Dicer, which is essentially just a small MIDI controller specifically for use with Serato Scratch Live, but can also be used with any other software that's MIDI capable, such as Traktor. Just to run through what hardware you'll need to get this setup happening. Of course, you'll need Serato Scratch Live in some format, whether that be through the Rane TTM57 mixer, which we're using today, or whether you have got a Rane SL1 or SL3 unit, such as this one, which is the most common way that you'll find it. As well as that, you'll want some sort of timecode control, such as a turntable or a CD player. If you don't have the 57, you'll need a mixer. And then, of course, just the two little dicers, which are sold in pairs. Just one more point to note before we get into this. You can mount your dicers in a number of different ways, depending what hardware you've got. They come fitted standard with this little guy, which will fit right into the 45 adapter hole on your SL1200 turntable. If you don't have 1200s, that doesn't matter. If you've got Newmark turntables, sits right on the bottom here. If you've got a mixer, you can sit it on here, or you can indeed sit them on the bottom of your laptop. They basically come with this awesome stuff called DJ Putty, which is essentially just some black goo that you can stick to the bottom of them and therefore mount them on whatever hardware you've got available. Just one point to note, whichever one you plug into your computer with the USB cable will be the left one. So like if you have what we have here, our computer's over on the right, it can be a bit of a problem. You may need a USB extension cable. So preferably sit your computer on the left or in front of your mixer. Alright, so here it is, the Dicer. So it does three things essentially. Your first mode here is your cue point mode. Obviously you can set up 5 different cue points, trigger them using the 5 buttons. If you want to delete them, you simply hold this one down, press them again to delete the cue points, and then you can start again. Second mode here is my favorite one, which is loop roll. Essentially what this will do, you can create small loops, meanwhile the track is still playing in the background, so you can be in the middle of a beat mix and it won't ruin anything. Final mode here is a standard loop mode, which creates different sized loops starting at 1 beat, moving up to 8 bars. This one you just simply press once to start the loop, hit it again to drop it out. The other really cool thing about these is that you've basically got these 2 sections here of 5 different points to map to whatever you want to do with them. So I think probably the best thing to do is to map them to selecting your tracks in your browser. This is probably the one thing that Serato has lacked over other software products on the market, is that you always need to go back to your computer and your mouse to choose your tracks. So I'll just show you briefly how to do this. All you need to do is click MIDI, show your MIDI panel here. Now, first thing we want to do is set an up and down. So we'll press up. I'm going to hold down this button here, and I'm going to make this one here my up. That's now mapped. Now we'll go to down. Same thing here. We'll make that down. That one's now mapped. We'll set one up to load to the left deck, which I'm going to make the top one. And then to load to the right deck, we'll make that this bottom one here. So once you've finished mapping, simply click MIDI off. And now when I hold down this button, I've got my up and down arrows, and I can do things like load a new track. Just jump down here again and load my previous one again. There it is. Alright, well now we're just going to see this all in action. So just to explain, I've only got one turntable here, so what I've done is previously mapped some transport controls onto this one, so that I can actually still use my left deck. Alright, so we'll just get this going, and then I'll just show you a couple of tricks with the Novation Dicers. So we've been talking about the dicer. Thank you once again for joining me for another video. We've got heaps of these in stock right now, so please feel free to come in and see us at Kosmic Sound.